So now once you decide, yo, my homies hoop, there's 4 of them hoop, I'm the 5th man in. What were ways that you went about trying to get better? Obviously in the current space, every 13-year-old kid nowadays goes and gets a skills trainer. But back when you were growing up, skills trainers basically didn't exist. So what would you do when you was a youth to try and get better?
For sure. During my days, I actually have time now. I sit back and think, and I say, damn, if YouTube was popping when I was popping, and I was coming out like, whew, I'm in the league. I'm like just of what like guys are, you know. So, and there's no discredit to, you know how media is and how it transforms and how it shine lights and other guys now. But I look in the camera and I could say I'm one of him. My compadres were one of them as well. I played on a great AAU team. I was recruited highly.
Well, before that all came about, how did you go about building up when you initially just started messing with the game? When you're just a 13-year-old, 14-year-old, how did Kevin Douglas get better?
That's simple. I came into my freshman year of high school. I'm looking at the camera. Dennis Carter. He told me, he said, no matter what you do, you can pimp this game and get a free education.
And who's Dennis Carter?
Dennis Carter was, he was an after-school director at the time. In the school, we had a program called DFOI. You know, what was it? Yeah, it was called DFOI. You know, Direction for Founder of Youth. You feel me? So, he was the director of it. Over time, he employed me with a job. He employed me with a job to be a cameraman. So what I would do was go around to the classes and show, oh, this is what's happening, this is what's going on. So DYCD could continue to fund it. So as I got a job and I understand what it is to be a working man, and I'm looking up to him as a working man, he told me like, yo, you can pimp this game and get a free education. And at that time, I look at...
When did you find out this information? You were still in middle school?
I was 13 years old.
Okay.
This is my freshman year in high school. This was prior to the season starting. This was, you know, across the country, across worldwide, this would be known as preseason time.
Got you. So in 9th grade, you had already had it locked in your mind that you were trying to use this game to get to school for free. But the idea was presented to you.
Nah, in the beginning of 9th grade. My idea was, Pops got deported 2 years ago. I got to be the man of the house. Don't know how I'm gonna do that, but the idea was presented to me. If you, with your capability, with what you have, based on what I see you doing, gym and your charisma, you can milk this game and get a free education, which can transpire you to do other things. You could be able to take care of your family, because that's all that you want to do now. That was given to me at 13.
That's official.
I didn't really process all of that, but that was given to me at 13. It took me some time to get it.
Going backwards just a little bit.
No problem.
You started playing. You start playing slightly before high school. What's the reason you decided to go to FDA 3 instead of trying to take your game to a bigger named high school?
All right. So, like I said, I left elementary 2003, 2004. At that time, what was popping was Fat Joe, lean back. Mm-hmm. That's what I remember my 5th grade year walking out of prom to, right? So I remember doing that, being a man, and I'm the man on the block, Clay Avenue, 169 between 169 and 68. And I get to 6th grade. I'm not the man. I'm walking through 27 projects in a floor block radius just to get to school. It's so many other different kids my age, older, that is the man, want to be the man. So for me, it's like, yo, what are you going to do? How are you going to stand out? Everybody is somebody. Everybody got a family. Everybody is this. But who are you? What are you going to do? And I remember, this is a good story too, because it really did shape my life. 50 Cent came to my block, and he did Get Rich or Die Trying in 2005.
I remember that.
He threw, it was winter time, and he was throwing money in the air. I think 2005, 2006. He was throwing money in the air when he was doing the scene right at the diner. I started to see people, like I'm talking about like real life snow. Like dad had inches. Like people going in the cars to get $100 bills in. In my head, my mom's only sent me to the store to go get Clorox and cleaning products. I ran into 50 Cent on the corner shooting a movie, knowing that the block was blocked off for him for a couple days, but I never wanted to be that person. I never wanted to be that guy or waiting for an opportunity. Someone told me an opportunity, like, yo, if you pimp the game of basketball, you could do this. So when I got to middle school, like I said, I didn't know what it was going to be, how it was going to look. I did it. When I got to high school, because my school went from 6th to 12th grade every year that I went on.
So getting back to the original question, was it just that you decided to stay in the same building just because of comfortability? That's
100%. Like, my school went from 6th to 9th grade when I got there. When I was in 7th grade, 7th to 11th. 6th to 11th. 8th grade, 8th to 12th. When I was in 9th grade, I was the first graduating class. So when I got there, it was on some, I could have went to Kennedy, could have went to Wings, I could have went left and went anywhere. I wanted to play with my brothers, the guys that I knew from middle school. And the first time I'm put this on camera, I was scared. I was 100% scared of competition. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know anything. I just know I'm a part of something. Like,
I respect that.
That was it. So I know if I stay in FDA, I'm gonna have a place on the team. I didn't know who I was gonna be.
That's official.
So yeah, that's
so
that.
Now moving